Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the RC Sailors, and we're at the park, local pond area here in Barbersville, West Virginia, to do an RC boat video. We have for you the TKKJ H102. This is a lot like the H100 that we did a long time ago. It was about a $40 boat, and people just love it. You can still get it for about $40, so we'll link it in the description box below, as well as this. Unfortunately, this one has been discontinued on GearBest, where we got the H100. So the only other place we could find it was on Amazon for $70. I'm going to say your money's probably better spent on the $40 boat, but we're going to take a look and see what comes in the box of this and drive it for you. Maybe it is worth $70 on Amazon. So let's take a closer look. I can basically guarantee this is going to perform 10 times better than that stupid little boat we had on the channel just a day or two ago. So I'm excited to drive this because of that. Now you see it comes with a boat stand, unlike the boat from just a couple days ago. It just comes flat and you assemble that in 3 pieces, which is really nice. This feels much nicer, much heavier. It does have that metal contact so that the motor won't get power until it's sitting in water. So bear that in mind. If you just try to power this on out of the water and you think, well, it's not working. It does work, you just need to sit it in water, okay? You can also test that most of the time by putting your finger on there and just giving it some power, but be very careful in doing that because it's close to the prop. Speaking of the prop, it's not a bad idea to tighten that little nut on there with the included wrench, which is very nice. And I'm going to do that before we drive, just because one time I did lose a prop of a boat while we were out on kayaks doing these. Luckily we were on kayaks and it was easy to recover. The reason we're not doing these videos on kayaks now is because Abby is 7 months pregnant. So pregnancy plus kayaks just doesn't go very well together. So we found a cool little pond to drive this at. So you get that wrench, you also get a spare prop and a spare nut and a little bit of grease or oil. I think that's actually oil in there. You notice a little hose shooting out the side. We have water will be sucked up through the bottom of the boat here, and this is a water-cooled motor, and the water will shoot out the side when you're running to help keep everything cool inside. You notice I have that top panel that came off. It's held on with a latching system, and we have 4 of those latches to take this piece off.
Although sometimes water still gets in there.
Yes.
So if you want to guarantee water won't get in there, use some type of tape.
Yes. I like the battery clipping mechanism in here because your boat needs a certain weight distribution to function well and a good CG. And that clipping system pretty much guarantees that you're going to get that right. We have a 2-cell lithium-ion 600 milliamp battery. Looks like a nice system. I like everything what I see on the inside for the price. We have a long USB charge cable. It just plugs into the little balance lead. And the transmitter and the instructions here. Very nice instructions, I have to say, for what it is. The transmitter is kind of weird. It's a drone or helicopter, even an airplane transmitter. Just seems like an odd system. But it takes 4 AA batteries, and it's pretty much everything that you get with this. So now we're gonna have fun and go driving in the pond, and I know this is gonna be so much more fun than that other one we just did a couple days ago. Hopefully we can say it's worth $70, but we'll see. See, I did test this, but no throttle, no motor.
And you put it in the water and like magic, whoa, power.
Now the nice thing about this one is I can drive nice and slow if I want to. It's all proportional, and then I can actually open up and cruise around nice and quick. This is cool. This feels a lot better than that little toy we were doing. It does need trim, so check this out. I can just trim that up some.
Let's explain to them how you drive it, because you were wrong.
Yes, you're right. So the left stick is throttle.
Forward and backward.
Forward and backward. Sorry, I'm behind the cattails. Yeah. And then I just use the right stick to steer. So I'm giving it throttle. It's still banking to the right quite a bit, so I'm just going to...
So the left stick is forward and backwards. The right stick is left and right. And you can actually switch that. So kind of like make it mode 1 per se.
Yeah. want to go behind the water, Abby. Now this one has a self-righting feature, so...
I'm so excited. I love self-righting boats.
If I do flip it, let's see if I can flip it. Nope. Oh, look how tight it's turning. Look at that. It's almost up on its edge. It really is on its edge. Look at that. This one's much more fun than that one from yesterday. I think I want to go through the water and see if it does flip. We can flip it back over. Through the water. No, no flipping though. I don't want to hit that nozzle because I don't want to do like any damage to their pump.
I don't know.
But through the water. Yeah, look at it go. Nice and straight. Well, it got a little curve there, but I think the wind got it. It's doing really good. Let's see if we have reverse. Look at that. I caused a little whipple. Ripple.
A whipple?
A whipple.
You got a little whipple.
Oh my gosh. Water, ripple, whipple. Okay, do we have reverse?
Kind.
Yes, but it's kind of sucking it down under.
Yeah.
So reverse is really only used most of the time if you're in a situation where you really need to just go nice and slow, reverse to get out of a bad spot. But it's nice that we have that. So, okay, I've had my fun. Do you want to give it a shot?
Yes, I do.
It does veer to the right a teeny tiny bit in most cases, so just keep that in mind as you're driving it. But it's got good control, it's nice and fast. As cars are driving by, they're stopping and turning their heads and watching us drive the boat. It's not every day you see an RC boat.
I want it to flip. Look how far over it is.
Now I know it's like right on its side. I love that. You could bring it in close and I could throw it out there upside down. We could try to get it to flip over. You want to do it?
We do need to test it.
I was afraid of that. You just got it in the cattails.
Yeah,
that's why you have reverse. Reverse, nice and slow.
I got it.
Whoa, why is this so dark?
Because the lighting just went away.
Whoa.
The sun just went away.
Yeah, wow. That was a big difference. So you got it out. Good job. Now what I would do, Abby, after an instance like that, I'd get a close look at it and make sure there's nothing in the propeller.
Am I fired? Did I get fired for once?
You did drive it into the cattails and the muck. See?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, ready?
It's upside down.
Supposed to be able to just hit both of them in opposite directions. You ready?
Pretty good.
3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Nope. I don't think it's very self-righting. Okay, so what I did,
all right, here's
how I thought what they meant was this. Right?
That's what the instructions said.
Well, Chinese, right? So what you do is forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and just let it rock back and forth. Let's do that one more time just to prove that it wasn't like a fluke. So I think that's worth testing for everybody.
But it should say something that we cannot get this to flip. We've tried.
What do you mean?
Like we couldn't get it to flip ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to happen to you very often, if ever. Yep.
Put my faith in the... I wouldn't have to go to the edge. Okay, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. There we go. And we're free.
Nice.
Right into the goopy stuff. Such a messy pond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay. We're not driving in a swimming pool here. This is great. This is a fun little boat. I don't think it's totally worth $70 because we've seen
its little brother.
Its little brother for 40 and it was...
is.
We'll link it right by this one. Like if you really are just loving that white with the rose gold on there,
yeah.
Hey, that's fine. If, you know, don't let anyone deter you from it. It's a good boat. I think it's just a little overpriced. Move, little turtle.
Don't kill the turtles. We like turtles.
Good little run time. I think I've gotten myself tangled up in something over there, so I'm going to bring it in because I cannot steer to the left. Yeah, I definitely got into something over there. So, you know, people fish here. I'm holding left the whole way, and it's just barely going straight. So what I'm going to have to do is turn right and then come back just at a little bit of an angle while holding left. And by the time it gets to me, I'm just going at low throttle, guys, just so you know, it's not that tangled up. There, yeah, look at that. Yeah, and all I had to do was pull it out.
It fell off?
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah. So we're back, no problem. Just keep that in mind when you drive an RC boat, especially if you're new to it. Here, we'll clean it off in the water. You don't want to drive in a lot of thick cattails, and if you can't see the surface of the water very clear, then you probably want to find somewhere else to drive it, or wait till a different part of the season. I'm letting that water clean off the boat. Well, I don't think there's much need to wrap this up at the end or anything like we do with drones and stuff. It's pretty simple. It's a little boat. It's good. There's no major issues with this at all. The self-righting feature actually works too. It is just a little pricey. It was cheaper on GearBest, but now it's only on Amazon. And there you go. The H102. Nice little boat. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!
This is worth something here, even if you don't buy this. Other than 2 little drops, we're nearly bone dry in here. So just a little tiny bit of water after everything that I did, like throwing it upside down, taking it through that fountain. I think that speaks really well for the water seal. You know, sometimes we do these boats and they're just loaded with water, just all the way clear full. This one, that is not the case, so that's nice.